I'm Dave. I'm a certified Cicerone and home brewer, and today I'm with my friend Richard. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Of course. This is Beer Room 101, where we discuss the pleasure of beer and the worst things in the world. Today we're going to be talking about NA beer, and at this time I'm enjoying a sober October, and Halloween is only a few days away, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to maybe try out a couple Halloween jokes.
Sure.
How about this one? Why did the Scarecrow win an award in October?
Why?
Because he was outstanding in his field. Okay. How about this one? What is the pumpkin's favorite sport?
What?
Squash.
All right.
Okay.
I have one.
Okay.
So, why didn't Dracula feed on Keith Richards?
Because you can't get blood out of a stone?
That's right.
Okay. We're going to be talking about NA beer today, and the first example we have here is Guinness Zero, non-alcoholic draft, and it does have kind of a nice head on it. It's got a mouthfeel that's really similar to the regular Guinness, that is silky smooth, really kind of a light on your palate sort of a sensation. It's got a little bit of the flavors you get out of darker roasted malts and things that Guinness is kind of famous for. It just doesn't have the alcohol in it. Anyway, what are your impressions?
As coming from somebody that used to drink a lot of Guinness and then gave up drinking, I started drinking these about a year ago, and I could not tell the difference. At first I thought it tasted just like Guinness.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I thought it'd be nice to just explain as best I can NA beer, which is that it in many cases is not alcohol-free beer. There is actually 0.5% alcohol in this, and along with other NA beers, or at least those that are labeled as NA beers. And the reason it has that is because of the process used in making it, which is that it starts as the full-strength beer with alcohol, and then the alcohol is then removed. Now, there are two methods that are probably the most common for doing that. All right, so a little bit of a note on vacuum distillation. Distilling the beer under lower pressure drops the boiling point of ethanol, which evaporates before the flavors and volatile compounds in the beer do. And then what reverse osmosis does is it passes the full-strength beer through a membrane that removes the alcohol and some water while preventing the larger molecules of the flavor compounds from doing the same thing. So, the reason why you wouldn't just take beer that hasn't been fermented yet, that is the wort, and then creating a product out of that, is because it would be entirely too sweet, and it really wouldn't resemble beer as most people know it. In other words, it would taste worty. That is, it would have the sweetness of the converted malts and things before fermentation. So that's why you have this process. It's also probably a lot more of an advantage for the brewers too, because they get two products out of one. That is, they can make the full strength beer, and then they can also, while they're making that, they can take portions of it and make NA beer with it too. So really, it's kind of like, nothing really going to waste so much. And it seems to me that NA beer is getting a lot more shelf space now. What can you say about that?
Yeah, as being somebody who works in a health food store, and we carry several selections of non-alcoholic beer, and it's like, it used to be you only had like O'Doul's.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And that was just the one NA beer that you had, and that was basically everybody's stigma. And now it's a whole viable market because there's a whole audience of people that used to drink but still like the taste of beer.
Yeah.
And then there's also people that are going out and having a good time and then want to stop but still enjoy having a beer, but having it be non-alcoholic in order to work off their buzz.
Should we move on to the next beer? This Athletic brand, you were saying you've seen quite a lot of it.
That's probably the most up and coming
Really?
of all of like the NA beer craze. Athletic Brewing Company. This is like the one that I have seen gets sold the most.
Really? Wow.
I've even seen that like at festivals. They even hand them out now.
Really?
You know, and they've been like, doing promotions like, instead of drinking a $20 tall boy of Miller Lite, try one of these.
Sure. Wow. I saw this the other day at Trader Joe. At least they had some other Athletic brand offerings there, which was kind of a pleasant surprise. But now this company just does NA beer. They don't do regular strength beers. This is what they do. Which kind of says something, It's a different kind of an example from the Guinness we just had, which is they're offering obviously an NA version of a product that is known well around the world. All right, so the third example we have is from a company called Groovy. It's a Mocha Nitro Stout, and let's see, it says that it's mocha, creamy, and velvety smooth. All right, well, let's see if they're telling the truth. Wow.
That's really good.
This is delicious. This is just...
Yeah, you can taste the coffee afternotes. That's also, it's hard to find darker, stout NA beers.
Yeah.
I was a stout drinker, I like imperial stouts.
Oh yeah, the really strong ones. Yeah.
But this is delicious. Yeah.
Oh, this has almost got sort of a dessert quality to me that I could easily see having this after dinner as
with dessert.
Sure, maybe with some ice cream or a piece of custard pie or something.
If you were going to serve this with, say, brie.
Oh,
and cold cuts.
The Beer Room 101 question, which is about marketing. One thing I don't like about this is the name Groovy. Maybe some people are into that. That, and then this barcode or QR code, my apologies, that says "Let's Collab" on it. And I'm not entirely sure. Oh, scan the QR code on the front to give us your honest feedback and join in on the Discovery Series journey. Stay groovy. And then instructions for pouring are shake can hard, harder than you think, and open. So right off the bat, something I don't like about maybe the language used here is this sort of forced, a little bit of a forced informality that just seems a little artificial to me, and maybe not entirely necessary. And this groovy thing with the design on it seems like it came from somebody who is really into like playing pickleball, and probably has a bumper sticker on the back of their car that says something like "I saw" or "Bigfoot is real" or something like that. If maybe I'm painting too
Hipster.
right. I just think I'd like to know what you think.
Great beer. Not so great packaging, but there's room for potential.
Yeah, and I hope
This looks like, but looking at it, it looks like it's marketed more towards somebody that would be Gen Z or
Yeah, right.
younger.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Dad's beer. It doesn't look like a Modelo or a Budweiser or something that you're used to. The packaging that you're used to seeing.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually a really good point, which is that yeah, maybe somebody younger than ourselves is gonna maybe take more of an interest in this, simply because the NA versions of stuff that's already out there isn't really something that resonates with them, and maybe it's stuff that they've never tried. Maybe they've never tried those products, so they're just looking at this on the same shelf as everything else. I wonder. I think. I really think that this is an excellent product. I really do. And I think whether or not I was, if it's sober October or 2 months from now or whatever, 3 or 4 or whatever, I would still buy it. And it wasn't cheap.
Yeah, definitely.
This, I think, was like $15 roughly for a 6-pack of this stuff. It was not cheap.
But for quality wise,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting what you pay for.
True. Yes. Yeah. And I
Because if you think about it, if you're going to spend, the average person, say if you're going to buy, like I say, a Dogfish head, that's the $15 to $20 6-pack. So
that's true. Yes. That's kind of, for those really kind of boutique, those kinds of beers that you find at places like Whole Foods, and of course other places too.
Bristol Farms.
Yeah, Bristol Farms,
Gelson's
around LA. Yeah, I have a little bit of a surprise for us, and I think that it's an example of something that you can make with an NA beer. And so we're going to do something maybe a little bit different with this, which is normally we talk about pairing beer with food. I thought it'd be fun to present a culinary item that's made with beer, and in this case, it's made from the Guinness Zero. Would you like to try it?
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
And here's this for you. So the idea is that you've got chocolate mousse and whipped cream, and it's supposed to resemble a freshly poured Guinness. And it's, of course, made with the Guinness Zero.
And you wouldn't think, the beer as being something that you would make dessert out of.
Yeah, maybe not. This, I think, really fit with the chocolate. And, of course, you've got... just the overall appearance that kind of makes it something a little bit different and fun. But yeah, this is, I think, a great way to use an NA beer in a dessert. And, of course, you could use the regular Guinness in this, too.
That's very good.
Oh, thank you. Well, Richard, thank you very much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. This has been... a really nice visit, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.